Come on, come on. What's going on, guys? Welcome to my birthday celebration. Catching up with Sara here, Frazetta, and with my brother Joe Doyle. So here they are. Let me introduce them. Here's Joe. Here's Sara.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
hey, hey.
Hello.
So, so
Happy
Sarah's been.
birthday, Jeff.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Sarah's been up to a lot this past couple of months. The museum just what was it? Museum was 2 months ago, or what, a
Yep.
month ago? Yeah,
Well, yeah, just a few weeks ago. Yep.
yeah. So the museum just all that stuff just went back into the vault,
Yep.
and yeah,
It's sleeping. But
yeah. It's
we
like
we, we want to get it back on the road though. Like we want to get it on tour.
okay.
We're talking to a few museums, but nothing solid yet. It has to be
Yeah,
incentivized.
Vigilante
Oh,
would want. Yeah,
Vigilante. He was wearing the cool death dealer shorts. Did you see his
yeah,
post?
yep.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna do that. I was gonna do that with the vampy one just to mess with them too. I go, hey, I got vampy ones, and just mess with them with it.
I didn't have the vampy ones, or I would have sent him those. And Joe,
Yeah,
I gotta hook you up with some gear too. You're sitting over there like, what the
So
heck?
here, the one thing I will request
this
is
coffee mug.
a black coffee mug with Death Dealer on the front and Frazetta on the back.
Oh, we have to do the death dealer mugs. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you have
No, we
to.
haven't done any black mugs yet, and I just keep like talking to my Joe. I'm like, well, what are we doing? So we're gonna get those going soon because
Well,
I
yeah,
like drinking out of the black mugs too.
yeah.
That's my thing.
But yeah, because the white monks would I would think would stain if you guys drink
Yeah,
coffee a lot, it would stain the hell out of the thing anyway.
Yeah, and that is what
yeah,
I drink. A lot of coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I got turned
And
into.
I know you, Sarah, you have what was it? We have Death Dealer comics coming in what is it? In
May.
May
Yep.
4th. Funny thing is May 4th is Star Wars Day too. So
It's gonna be a big day, May 4th.
yeah, yeah,
May the 4th be with you. Yeah.
yeah.
And when's comic book day? The first or the fifth?
Free the first week of May, first weekend of May. Normally, it's the yeah,
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
yeah. I think it was the
Okay.
fifth last year. I
yeah,
think
and
or
then
the
Okay.
year before. Yeah.
yeah, and then you're gonna have yeah, and then it's MegaCon in the middle of the month, so it's gonna be yeah,
Yeah, the night. You guys told me the correct dates. I was planning for August, and then when
That's
you
right.
guys were at the museum,
right,
you're like, yeah, it's mid-May. I'm like, oh,
You're like, I think we're going to be on vacation. I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
in Orlando.
in Orlando.
yeah,
Yeah. Jeff, are you coming to
yep.
MegaCon? Okay.
I'll be there all 4 days. So I'll see
Okay.
you. I know your schedule is gonna be Friday and
Friday,
Sunday.
Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday. Did I
Friday,
say
Saturday.
this
Okay.
correct? Yeah.
You put
Yeah.
Friday, Sunday, so I'm not assuming. Oh, I went. Oh, so she's probably gonna not be there Saturday and be there.
I'm never clear. It's
Right.
like, and I look back at my communication. I'm like, yeah, it's a little cryptic. So,
Well,
yeah, no,
mine's
I'll be
even
there
my.
Friday through Sunday.
Sometimes I get it. I go. I go. I read some of the messages to you and Joe, and I'm like, damn, I'm missing a word in this one. I'm like, I hope they understand whatever it is.
I understand what you're saying, Jeff, because that's how I kind of communicate. It's a little,
Yeah.
I miss words. I'm dyslexic. It
I,
Right.
I
Right.
happens.
suck.
Yeah.
I suck at texting. I send stuff like all
Yeah.
misspelled to friends. I just literally I have it in my head and I just go, and then when I send it, I'm like, man, I was like, autocorrect didn't even pick that up. But
Right. Right.
Or when you're
Yeah.
doing the voice texting, sometimes it's just like,
oh, that's the
whew,
worst. That's the
Yeah.
worst.
yeah,
You know what's the worst is when you hit the button for record and you think it's the voice to text, but it's actually recording. So you're like, hey, how's it going? Question mark. And then you see it keep going. You're like, oh wait, never mind. That's not even. This isn't. And then you
and then
have
it
all that
sends.
recorded. Yeah, and it just sends.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
done that so many times. I was voice messaging my friend that's over in Spain, and I was just telling her the whole time. I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is so weird because I'm usually doing the voice texting. So I want to like put periods in, and it's just yeah. Talk
yeah,
about like challenging the brain. I'm like,
yeah.
oh
Yeah.
man, this is, and then I get really upset with with the voice texting, my pronunciation. I'm like, wow, I really need to work
Oh
on
yeah,
my on just
Right.
speaking, learning
yeah.
English.
Well,
But
if well, Sarah, if people don't know who you are, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
yeah, I hate this part, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Just act it out. Act-
Oh no, I run Frazetta Girls, a online brand that's honoring the legacy of my grandfather, Frank Frazetta. And yeah, we do a lot of branding, merchandising, licensing, we make cool shirts like Jeff's wearing.
Yeah.
I was
If you
supposed to
guys
wear
like the
mine.
shirt, it's down in the description below. It's actually you can actually click on the description below with all of Sarah's information's down below. The short,
Yeah.
I even got the shorts on. The shorts are even down.
Do you like do you like the
Yeah.
shorts, Jeff?
Yep.
They're nice,
I
right? Like I need to
yeah.
get a pair.
They're
I always
com-
do that. I
they're
never leave
comfy.
myself a pair. They are comfy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a statement in the gym with them very soon.
They're comfy
Like,
for sure.
yeah. But yeah, I do that. I'm an amateur artist.
Amateur.
It's
I'm an amateur artist. You guys aren't amateurs. I'm an amateur.
Jeff, I'm so excited. I'm about to actually show you and Joe both. I'm
Yeah.
working on a vampirella right now, like
Ooh.
my own concept and
Right.
everything, and I haven't gotten to the hard parts yet, so we'll see if I actually do reveal it because I'm gonna make the vampirella like morphing from a bat, but
Oh
like
yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
that's challenging. That's like the
Yeah.
part in the back. You remember those books when we were younger? Those like
Yeah.
metamorphosis. Like
Where,
that's
where
where
it's like the flip book too on the bottom.
yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
it goes from the animal to the person. So I was like
Yeah.
thinking about that one night, and I'm like, that'd be really cool to like see the bat, and then she's like half bat vampirella, then vampirella in
Well,
the front.
if Sarah, if you want references, there is there's a Warren magazine issue. It's actually her morphing into her. So she's from a bat
Really,
morphing. Yeah. So
already been done, of course.
yeah.
I
No
knew it
no
wasn't
no.
like original,
But no, but
but
not. But it's that one's more realistic. There's not one that's animated where she's actually animate. Like normal, like animated cover wise.
okay, yeah. I
So
mean, I'm sure it will look different. Nothing's new, right? Nothing's new under the sun. Just how we
right.
interpret things.
Right, right.
So,
It's just, but just yeah, just a heads up, yeah. And
oh,
there's a ref.
come here,
Yeah.
Bruce. Bruce, say happy birthday to Jeff. Bruce got a new and I'm cupped.
Yeah.
I cupped myself, so if you see these marks, I didn't get beat. I got cupped.
Okay.
But yeah, Bruce just got a new brother, Theo, and
Uh-huh.
I saw that. Congrats.
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, he doesn't mind him, but he doesn't like him. You know what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
They haven't figured each other's places yet.
well, yeah, and this little guy, he's real confident, and Bruce is like, no, like this is my house. Yeah. Bruce, what are you doing? You're just sniffing the wall. You're not looking very intelligent back there. Why don't you say hello? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you and Mom have a cover coming soon. I know that. So, and then I'm surprised you guys didn't do a Death Dealer cover. That's what I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, is there a chicken? Do I hear a chicken or something?
No, well, that's the well,
I heard it. I just wasn't going to say anything.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good. The house is getting the house is getting remodeled, so I got the contractors working on it right now.
Okay. So. When I know what the sound is, then I get over it. Then I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
got it. We talked about this too.
Yeah. Yeah, we got them doing remodels over here. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird, but it's better than last. Yeah, it's better than last time. Well, we don't get the echo from the last time.
Oh no, remodels take forerever. So you gotta do what you can, Jeff. That's good. Good on you for still moving forward with everything.
Yeah.
So talk about this cover.
Yeah. So it's a Red Sonja cover, and my mom and I worked on it while we were in the museum, and it was very challenging to work together because I'd come over and notice that she was in conversation with someone, and as she was in conversation, she'd be erasing my face that I just worked 30 minutes on, and then I'd erase her wolf, and then we'd go back and forth and just keep erasing it till the paper was almost there was like holes in the paper. So I'm like, Mom, we're gonna have to start over again if we keep erasing. So it was challenging, but at the end we had it's when it comes out, I think we'll have like that really, I don't know, proud feeling.
like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
it
for
can't be
sure.
any worse than this one. Yeah,
That's a good story, Jeff. You need to tell that story.
yeah. So the story is with this one, it's your grandfather and your grandmother's what was it? Kelly's your cousin, right? Something
Grandma's
like that.
cousin. Yeah, my grandma's
Grandma's,
cousin.
yeah. So cousin, hold on, let me make sure it clears up a little bit. But yeah, so he brought it over one night, and your grandfather goes, I don't like the female's face on it, and ends up taking it from him and actually redoing the face. So it must run in the family because both of you guys.
Yeah,
Because,
it definitely does. The personality.
yeah, and then that's one, and then I was looking it up a couple of weeks ago, and come to find out that got sold in December of 2022, December 7th, 2022 on Harris. It actually, not Harris,
2021.
2022, but it got sold on what the hell is it? Heritage Auctions. That's what it was.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
even see that one come up. That's interesting.
yeah,
How
2000 and
what did it
yep,
sell
and
for?
I know 11-50000. That's what it sold for. Yeah, 11.
Not bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the thing is, I think if they mentioned the face was done by Frazetta, I think it would have sold for a hell of a lot more because I read the synopsis of it. It doesn't. It just says it's a Kelly original. It doesn't say like Frazetta had some type of did
Collaboration.
the collaboration or nothing. It just says it's a straight Kelly original, and the piece was the size was 10 by 15.25. That's what the size was of that original piece. So it's not huge. You know what I mean? I thought
No,
things.
no.
It's a good
Yeah,
size for an original.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a good size. Yeah, they should have consulted with someone, maybe, because I'm sure other people know that story.
yeah. Like our friend Steve from the Steve where I'm talking about it with the one that ended up dropping it and it's at the museum dropping a couple of paintings there. Yeah, he goes, I gotta go sell a couple of kidneys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he actually confirmed the story. He actually told me we were talking with your sister at the time, and he actually confirmed the story about Kelly. So I'm
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
yes, yeah. So
Steve knows a lot of. I mean, he conducted like the most interviews with my grandpa.
yeah,
We're putting out a couple interviews that have never been published before.
Oh, cool.
I think today, and it's about like my grandpa, how his mindset about the Death Dealer comics, and
right, yeah,
good timing to hear
yeah,
about like what he wanted from comics, which
Yeah,
hopefully
sure.
we'll achieve.
right.
Well,
And
that's
then
funny that you brought that up because we actually were going to ask you, like, what is like, because you're a beginning artist as well, or so you
Yeah.
say you are.
Yeah.
Do you have any goals with comics, like for yourself?
I don't really have like I should write down my goals and manifest that because that's
Because you have what, 2 covers so far? You just
um
finished your third one, but
what?
you have 2
Yeah.
already published, right?
I had my they're all variants.
Oh no. She has
4?
if you count the Kickstarter, she has she
No.
has 5, at least 5 now.
Oh,
Because
Well, I
if you
really?
did.
count
Yeah, I
the
did.
Kickstarters and because he had asked you to do a trading card first, remember?
Yes,
So
Mark May Hellbringers that
so it would
we did
be
that.
so it would be 6. Actually, it would be 6, pretty much 6.
Okay.
If you
6.
count those, it would be pretty much 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
Well, there you go. Awesome.
6. So
well,
yeah,
tr-
I need to
well,
get to
trust me,
like
I watched a
20.
bunch of interviews, and trust me, I watched a bunch of interviews, and I remember you mentioned it in a couple of interviews. So I'm like, oh yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah, I do want to do like obviously just like covers that I can relate to, so I
Right.
can bring energy to it and like
Right.
just authenticity. So it's just gonna be, I think, just like again like what I feel connected to, and I mean obviously I love vampirella, so
Yeah.
Right.
vampires. I mean that's how cool is that? But
And
Yeah.
the quick fact about you remember Billy told you that your grandfather had did a vampirella cover in the 90s. Gang, take a guess which cover it is. It is. Don't say it's the same one you used for this.
the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. In '96. So it's pretty much that's the that's the cover he was talking about. So I'm like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm scratching my head like when I watched the interview. I'm like, what cover is it? I'm like, oh yeah, it's the one in the yeah, it's the 25th anniversary cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess just when I'm given opportunities, I usually say yes,
No,
but
okay.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, and I went out hunting stuff, and I actually found this,
Wow.
and
Very cool.
well, it's coming to you anyways, but
Oh, then it's gonna go in the museum for next
yeah,
year when we
but
reopen. Nope.
that's what the whole thing is. I like how you do the TikToks and stuff like that, where you actually tell everybody about it, like the history about it and where it came from. You know what I mean? I really, you know what I mean. I really like those, honestly. You know what I mean? It's
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna keep going
and
with them, getting better at them.
Yeah, Jeff told me that you're a TikTok superstar with
yeah,
TikTok
your
yeah,
info.
yeah,
TikTok superstar. We have our most viewed video is Egyptian Queen. I
yeah.
think it has
Kind of.
800,000 views so far, which I was like,
Okay.
we got to get to 1 million.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? But yeah, it was. I think it's doing really well because people are talking about her body. It's somehow like you, Jeff. You read the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about
I
like
laugh. I laugh at some of them because I'm like, really, guys? I go,
People are so hypercritical about everything art. They miss out on the translation of what's actually behind the art versus what
right.
it actually is. And I think that's like, I don't know. I guess that's the misinterpretation when people and looking at art and saying, "Oh, I like it. I don't like it." It's not just a black and white.
I think they're probably not artists. Like it just because I think artists like understand it's subjective.
No, for sure. Yeah,
and you know, and even with we had some really interesting comments on our new Mindwork game statue. I don't know if you saw
oh
the
yeah,
miniature.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A1. Yeah, A1 versus the Nazgul Lord. And of course everyone's like, not everyone. Most people are very happy with it and saying this is awesome. We're so happy it's coming to life. But there were a few people that just had to make it political. And I'm like, good God, can we please not go there with the Frazetta art? And I mean, whatever. Like it's like, I don't know, a pop culture artist like Andy Warhol. Like he was the most loved by some and hated by others. And I that's fine. If Frazetta, same thing. A lot of people don't like his art. And I'm kind of like wrapping my mind around that. And I'm like, well, at least it makes you have some feeling, whether you hate it or you love
Vivi
it.
has the best statement out of all of them. Vivi has the best statement for all those people.
Those people. Yeah, they're like, she's not wearing pants. It goes against the story. I'm like, I understand, but he's not insulting Tolkien's story. He loved Tolkien's work. No one wears pants in the Frazetta world. And I guarantee
I guarantee that nobody wears pants. Well,
or
if it is pants, it's a onesie.
Yes, and the Nazgul Lord, he doesn't have pants on, I bet, under that cape. So you know, it's there's no pants. It's not sexist. There are many. I mean, if you look at the body of work, like a lot of his personal works, my uncle was showing me a couple pieces the other night that I've never seen before, and my grandpa drew a lot of erotic male art, and so it's. You know, it's open to interpretation, whatever that means. But my grandpa
he was for opportunity.
He was fluid before it was a thing. So like, let's not go there with Frazetta. Like, you know, I'm like, please don't get me started on that. But yeah, I mean, God, it's whatever. People are crazy. If I had the Ring of Power, I wouldn't wear. Yeah, you pants are constricting.
You wouldn't need it. You wouldn't need it.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm just gonna go into it a little bit further.
Yeah.
Why is it sexist that a woman wouldn't wear pants? You know, let's go deep into this. Like that's like the almost reverse sexism. Think about it deeply.
Yeah.
Like why us are showing our bodies? It's like, why is that exploitative? If I don't want to wear a bra, you know, that's we're being equals. Like it's, you know, whatever.
That's almost playing the line of like a thin line of feminism, kind of, or not? Like,
yeah, putting it in a box is like anti-feminism. It's
well, right when you put it that way, but
Right.
It's counteract. Yeah,
counterintuitive for everybody, anyways. But
exactly.
Yeah.
People just try to, like I said, they're trying to put things black and white, nothing
Yes.
in between, and you can't do that with art.
When people do that now, I just block. I'm like, goodbye.
Right.
Goodbye.
So,
I don't no more energy. No more.
But you know what, Sarah? On that note about blocking, I've noticed too with a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends that are Instagram that are trying to get their brand bigger and their name and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They started doing that too, but it actually creates a lot of conversation. And even though a lot of it is negative because it's social media, it's it's what it is.
It's the nature of the beast, pretty much.
It helps the post. It helps people engage, go against it. And the people that don't like it are not going to like it no matter what you say.
Oh no, absolutely. So, and I leave like negative comments. It's just if you cross the line of becoming like disgusting, if you're like if you're super inappropriate and like just completely hateful about Frazetta, no, you're not.
Okay. On that,
then you're making it about you, and you're like just becoming this troll on the thread that I don't have. And I used to, I respond, and I'm like, I'm not. You don't get any energy.
Trolls.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
So but no, there's 100%. And that's like talking about that earlier, like the Egyptian queen. If you want to have a conversation about it and interpret it, by all means. It's when you start getting like just nasty, then yeah. Like where I open it and I feel sick, then you ruin my day. You're not and you're not on the page anymore. Bruce, stop itching. You're making noise, please. Sorry. You should come say hello.
I picked up one of this there. So
Jeff, where are you finding all these crazy cool things like these?
Well, I got a guy. So I'll introduce you at MegaCon if he's a dealer over there. So I'll introduce you.
I can't steal your guy, Jeff. I mean, maybe you just.
Half of the time when I say I'm looking for Frazetta, so I'm saying I'm looking for you anyway. So it's all.
Yeah. 1 second.
Yeah, I got
puppy screaming. What's wrong? What happened?
I bet you puppy got stuck in a bot or stuck in a situation he couldn't get out of. He's like,
yeah. Well, so we may have a guest.
Okay. Jeez, what happened, buddy? What happened? Yeah, you're getting a guest. Here he comes.
Yeah. The new addition to the Frazetta family.
Here he is.
He's here. Yeah.
Theo, what happened, buddy? We're in the middle of an interview. We're in the middle of a birthday talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I don't know what exactly just happened. So dramatic. Did you hear the screaming?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, my dog just got really injured on the live stream. Okay, well, I don't know what happened. We're gonna just have to sit here now. Anyway,
puppies are a whole different thing. I love puppies.
Sarah, you mentioned in an interview where you remember the caveman and the little kid caveman and the two bears, and you said you weren't sure if it was published or not. Yes. It was.
It was published
in this.
Okay.
And then one other thing is the only way to get one of these was at cons. Your grandfather had them at cons. They would sell them at cons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring him out real quick. If you guys just want to hold the conversation,
yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that would be really bad on camera if something like that would be right bad.
Funny.
Theo. Yeah. What happened, buddy?
Yeah, man. So that's the only way to get that book there. So it was at cons. It was because he would have them at cons, and that's the only way to get it.
So it's probably a super low print run.
Yeah, there's two versions of it. There's a version with this cover, and there's another version with another with Sarah's favorite is this one, Golden Girl, or yeah, I think this one's called Golden Girl. Yeah, it's Golden Girl on it, and it's another cover. So, like I said, like I told her, I go, most of the time, when I ask the guys for stuff for her, it's mostly like, if she don't have it, guess what? I'm like, yeah,
Right,
because
right, right.
I would rather have it shared with everybody than just sitting in a comic book box. You know what I mean?
Oh no, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
I would rather have it shared than anyways.
I
So
wanted to look here on YouTube. I'm just curious because I can't see like I can't see how many people are in here. I'm on Facebook.
nine
Nine.
so
Oh,
far.
okay.
9.
Okay.
Yeah, and we could have more, so it could be like 10, 11 on the other side too.
I'm
So
sure it bounces around.
yeah. So far it's 9, and it's everybody that we know. It's uh just a little podcast, G-Man, yeah, VV,
In Italy,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So yeah, so sweet book from
There you go. Now I can see all the comments. This is
yeah.
kind of cool.
So so it looks like VV found a sweet book in Italy of your probably of your grandfather's. But yeah, like I was saying, that the only way to get that book, Sarah, was at cons from your grandfather. So that was the only way. And then that one was printed in 1969, so the same time Vampirella came out. So pretty much that was the only time that was print. And then there's 2 versions of it. So I'm not sure if one was like a first print and the other one was like a second print or something like that. So, oh, she muted. She's muted, but she can hear me. This, yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
There you
yeah.
go.
Is that an authorized fanzine?
That's actually from your grandfather. I think it's the only way to get it was at your grandfather's table whenever he made an
Okay,
appearance at a con.
so it was authorized. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know there was a lot of them that were not. I am a mess. Where's my pen?
yeah.
All right,
Yeah, but
sorry.
I have one in the works that I'm gonna pick up at a con, and that one's coming to you because it's a better copy. And then I just
Oh,
want to make sure
thank you.
yeah, it's if it's not I think there were 2 printings of it. I believe there were 2 printings. I believe you know what I mean. Like when he ran out, he just reprinted it, and
Yeah.
put because the other one has Golden Girl on it. So you ever see one? There's 2. There's this version. There's
Hmm.
this one, and then there's one with your favorite Golden Girl on it. So there's 2 versions of it. But I've been I've been really enjoying his water paints. You know what I mean? I've been really
Yeah.
liking his I've been really
Yeah.
liking his water paints. And then I noticed like when you did that commission for me, you used the water paints. It takes a lot more skill to use water paints than the normal, normal
Yeah.
paints.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to master them because I like
What?
using
Yeah.
the
Well,
watercolor.
Joe had a question and asked, "What's your favorite medium to
That
do
was
draw in?"
Well, I mean, I like doing just like regular pencil because you can smudge it and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
And then I had a couple people when I was at the museum just like give me like just like tips of like how to, you know, basically shade it and then erase. Usually the eraser like a pencil. And
Yep.
so I didn't even put that together. It's so simple. And I'm like, duh.
Right.
but but I like doing that and I like pen and ink.
Yeah.
And then watercolor. I guess I like it all. I haven't tried. I did. I tried oil one day in the courtyard with my mom, and it was fine. It's just it's a lot of work to like clean the brushes, and I don't
Yeah.
I I'm gonna have to go outside and do it just because I know it's not good to breathe in, and I'm really like conscious about my health. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I want to get into like the toxins. I feel like the watercolors are probably the least toxic out of
Yeah, oh, well,
anything.
yeah.
And the thing is with oil, like you said, it's just so many more.
Well, yeah, and Joe's
You gotta
uses
buy like
yeah. You use
gesso.
oils, don't you, Joe? You use oils and stuff like that, right? Acrylics or whatever.
Actually, I haven't used oils in the last since college. So 5, 6. What am I? No, more than that. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while,
Yeah.
but it's fun. I love oils. It's just you gotta get the canvas all set up. You gotta get the right chemicals to get the oil out of the brushes. You gotta. It's a whole different thing. And with acrylics, it's easier just to just throw it right on the canvas and just go. And
Yeah.
warm water cleans up your brushes and you're good to go. But yeah, I would like to use oil uh, in the future, but
Well,
digitally, I will say
yeah.
you can duplicate with Photoshop duplicate the way that the oils look without the 3D effect, because that's
Mm-hmm.
what oil really has.
Right,
Versus
the layering.
yeah, but aside from that, I mean, it's pretty close. So
Yeah.
you can practice on digital if you ever want to do oil.
Yeah, I mean it's less toxic.
Yeah.
So that's and less cleanup. That's the
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
thing about digital.
And I
Yeah,
got
no, for sure.
and I got a little thing for you at at MegaCon too. So it's a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah. So
thanks, Jeff.
I found the rest of the Verotic Death Dealer, the whole run. So you can actually read the whole thing and see
Ah, I liked it.
what all the craze was about back then.
Hmm.
But I
The
asked a
art was
bunch of
beautiful.
yeah, I asked a bunch of people about it, and a bunch of people said just because it was bloody, and that's probably why the violence part of it probably, but like you said, your grandfather didn't like the violence part. You know what I mean? Was not a fan, so it'd be
No,
yeah. I'm interested to see now
yeah,
your guys' take on honestly your take on it. You had a hand in it, but I'm saying your take on it this time. So I'm
yeah,
curious.
for sure. Yeah, we definitely. I mean, we had, like I said, create some creative, um, just say in the whole thing, obviously, but it was just more so when we talked to Lexi and he talked to us about like
Right,
what Mitch's vision was of writing it. I was like, yeah, this is the direction we need to go in. It was like
what,
fusing like the best of both. Like so Glenn Danzig's version was a little too violent, not a little too
right,
violent, it was way too violent. And
right,
then I
right,
think the image ones were just a little bit they lacked
right,
that action, and so it's like fusing them together in a way.
right. So it's pretty much it's fused. Yeah, it's your guys' baby. It's Frazetta Girls' baby, pretty much this time.
Well, yeah, I mean, we want you to like not we want you to care about Death Dealer. You
Right.
have to be invested in this character. I mean, he's the protagonist of the Frazetta universe, so you have
Hmm.
to have reason to follow him on this journey.
Right.
And I don't believe we aren't going into any kind of backstory in the comic, but
Right.
when it gets to animation and we have more opportunity to expand, then of course we would go on with a backstory and just really make him a substantial character, and then the whole Frazetta universe have those backgrounds as well. Because
And
I
I imagine, sorry to cut, but I imagine also it's one of those things where it was from back in the day, where now the way stories are read and interpreted today, you kind of have to bring it up to the time so it's still somewhat
absolutely.
relevant. Even though the story is still the same visually, how is it still going to? Because back then, a lot of comics were very two-dimensional. It wasn't
Right.
splash pages, and it was a little different setup. So I'm sure that's a whole different
Yeah, for
angle
sure.
too, right?
For sure. I mean, Lexi and Mitch they know what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
both in their late 30s, so
Yeah. And I got
our age.
and I
Yeah,
found
yeah, yeah.
the other thing I found in the boxes in my boxes was Jaguar God too. So it's in there too. So
Oh, cool. I
yeah.
want to
So
read those as well.
yeah.
Very
So
cool.
you.
Thanks,
I
Jeff.
think I'm missing one issue out of it, and then because for some reason I put that one issue somewhere in one of the other boxes. So whenever I found
Jeff
that's
just
coming to
froze.
you too. So
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. I love all the gifts. But
yeah,
it's your birthday, Jeff. I need to get you more gifts. What is this?
yeah, yeah.
What,
Well,
Jeff, what are you doing the
I'm
rest of your day?
not sure yet, but probably going to have lunch with a couple of friends, and then probably come home and be lazy, I guess, because I took the day off work. So
That's
Your
that's
day,
the best.
buddy.
Yeah,
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 and then I was looking around the house after the like it's only a little bit left the remodel done, Sarah. So I
yeah.
looked, I'm like. I need Frazetta art, man. All this Ninja Turtle art and all this other stuff. It's too little kiddish. And now the house is a little more adult, so I need some more adult
Well, you let me
oriented.
know what you want. I have to
Right.
gift you back some things, like
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
equal
forgot the last
exchange.
time you said that, and then all I saw was the vampirella stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go, and then you messaged me back. Oh, I went, oh yeah, I went, oh yeah, she did say that. I'm like, I forgot.
Yeah, yeah.
Sarah,
Uh,
do you all have 11 by 17 prints?
Or they're bigger, I think, right? They're
we have 11
wait.
by 14, 16 by 20.
Okay.
18 by 24. Then we have like various sizes. Like we go up to like 24 by 36 on the canvases.
Right.
But it just depends on like the file and how big we can, just the dimensions and everything. But
Oh,
we're gonna start offering different size prints without borders,
okay.
just for more options. And then we have
Right,
a
right.
new Clay series coming with black borders instead. I like the black
Okay.
borders on the Frazetta art. I think that's
Yeah, yeah.
appropriate.
So it looks
So
like a
we're
map.
yeah, like a
Yeah.
map. Robert Rodriguez did that with the first Clays, and I love them. So I said to our studio manager, I'm like, we need to do the black borders. It just looks better with Frazetta.
Yeah.
So just more options to the studio.
Right.
So we're getting there.
Nice.
What I got one, actually one request that I want a T-shirt of, but it's more of his animated stuff. I want, like, the caveman and the bear.
Yeah.
I really want a T-shirt out of that one.
Okay. Maybe we'll do a 1 of 1 for you, Jeff.
Like
So
that one.
now I have noise. Sorry guys. Now
No,
my yard is being mowed, of course, right now.
yeah, you're good.
We
You're
can't
good.
hear it though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but it's honestly like that's all I really like. A lot of a lot of your grandfather stuff, and like I said, seeing it in person is way different than seeing it online and seeing it, like Joe. I took
Yeah.
Joe, you know what I mean? It's way different, actually get
Yeah,
to see it in person.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's really nice. Like I was telling you, Sarah, when we were there. Well, you too, Jeff, on the way home. But it's
Yeah,
to actually look at those pieces in person. You can see the layering, and you see all the styles, like what you were saying about using the eraser. Like the
Right.
vampirella one, that was the one that was I was sitting next to when we were all hanging out. It was you can see eraser marks and all that on there, and it's like
Hmm.
you see the progression and the layering of everything when you actually see those pieces, because when you see them on your screen, they're like what, this big.
Right. Exactly.
You don't get the piece. And it's not to say that those pieces are 3 feet by like 10 feet, or whatever. Like they're not massive, but to see them in person, you get all the detail. And I was learning a lot just sitting there, just like looking and just looking at that. I don't know if you noticed me, but I know I probably look like a weirdo in there, but like I'm looking at the canvases like this, like looking how the light's reflecting off of it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how we did that. Okay, cool. It's just learning to like just looking at all that. It was really fun. It was such a fun day.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like seeing the originals, and I think with a lot of the books, the publishing, they clean up the file, so you aren't
Mhm.
able to see those
right,
little, edits that he would make.
Yeah,
right.
So yeah, that's why it's so important to keep the art circulating, the originals, and have people
Right.
see it. I'm really excited for George Lucas's museum to open. I think
Oh,
I
okay.
told you guys he has about like 12 originals, 12, I think like 8 oils, and then various other drawings.
wow.
So
I
Well,
didn't
that
even
will
know
be really
this.
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
you told us. No, you told. I don't think you told us about Lucas. You told us about um
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. That's what it was. You told
Yeah.
us about Rodriguez, but I didn't know George had a couple
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
George has a
cool.
couple. So finally
yeah,
they'll be out on the West Coast. I
right,
want
right,
them to be everywhere. So excuse me, I'd love for like people in Europe to get to finally see them. I need water.
right, right.
Excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, so that, like, Sarah, where do you see the future of Frazetta's Girls going? Like, do you see you guys getting into a little bit of everything with your grandfather's art, like comic books wise, you know what I mean, and merchandise wise, you know what I mean? Like, where do you see it going?
Well, a goal of mine for the next, like, say, 5 years, I would like to bring the Frazetta Girls brand, the merchandise, like
Right.
the collection of what we've done to pop ups in various cities. So
Okay.
more of like a boutique kind of setting where you could come in. There would be
Right.
maybe some originals, but mostly it would just be a store that you could come and shop and like
Right.
experience Frazetta. So kind of, I guess like that's like a streetwear brand. Of
Yeah. That's what I was
comparing it
thinking.
to, yeah.
What's that streetwear brand that's everybody's always starts with an S. I can't remember the damn name. Yeah, but yeah. So it's pretty much like streetwear, like a little bit of everything in it in the.
Yeah.
I can see the museum being retrofitted for the museum like for a month, and then the
Uh-huh.
rest of the year
It's a
being a
street.
shop, and then you
Yeah.
guys shut the shop down and have the museum in there.
Yeah, I mean that
It's a good space.
location. It is a neat space. It's just the location of Boca Grande's not very convenient for
Oh
people to
yeah,
get to.
yeah.
It's not ideal. I mean, I would like to bring it up as a pop up to Los Angeles, to New York,
Oh
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
sure.
to different cities in the Midwest, like just maybe Chicago, cities
That would
like
be
that.
really cool.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're not quite there yet. We might even have like a brick and mortar in Sarasota where we are.
Okay.
But this is all just kind of up in the air, seeing where we need to go, and of course we'll get back into Comic Cons because
Right.
we have comics, so
Right.
it'll be appropriate.
Right.
But yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of,
like I was telling you at the museum when we were talking, like I'm surprised you didn't offer signed editions of Death Dealer with you, your mom, and Brittany's names on the cut. You know what I mean? Offered signed issues, but I mean, you guys
well,
had
Brittany's
a
not an
hand,
artist,
but
but
I know,
I know what you mean.
but you know what? Yeah, you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
you
she's
guys,
yeah. I mean, well, I'll probably do like a variant or something. I'll
right,
probably or a blank cover at least.
right.
But
Oh yes, please
yeah,
do, please
yeah,
Oh,
do a blank
trust
cover
me,
from.
and I got a couple of blank covers for you to do practice runs on. So,
perfect. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll do some blank covers, but
yeah,
I would really have to be confident of where I am with my art to put that on a Death Dealer. It's
right.
sacred. It's sacred. It
Well,
has to be great.
hey, Sarah, you remember you shared one of your art pictures, like one from a couple of years ago, the female that you did. Uh,
The progression, the
yeah.
20, yeah,
But
yeah.
what I was gonna tell you in the comment was the first one looks more like Bruce Tim. The second one looks more like like the second version of it looks more like your grandfather's. Because that's what I was comparing them to. I'm like, well, I
Well,
go,
thank you.
yeah, I can see, you know what
I
I
thought
mean?
the first one looked like utter shit, but 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 I remember posting that one. I posted it in 2018,
Yeah,
and it was right before my nephew was born, and I remember just posting it and coming back to it, and there were a lot of really negative comments, and
right,
then I looked at it again with like a little bit more of a critical eye, and I was like, yeah, this isn't good, and I deleted it. And
right,
we'll try again. And then I just found it funny that was the same paint. I
right,
was like, okay, because it's been a few years, let's try that study again. In my opinion, it's a really challenging study
right,
because
right,
the girl, like my grandpa's, is obviously like freaking gorgeous, but
right,
the way he just got her in this like perfect motion, like if you do one line wrong, the neck will
right,
look too short, the shoulder looks strange
right.
because it's in such action. And so that one, I love that piece, and it's a really challenging one. So that's why I want to keep revisiting it every couple years to see if I could
Hmm.
match it ever to Frazetta, which, you know,
Right,
maybe when I'm on my deathbed, we'll see.
right. Well, Joe had a couple of questions to ask. I know
So
that.
we
So,
had so we came up with a couple questions that I thought would be kind of fun to ask you.
Okay.
That kind of doesn't have anything to do with art, but it kind of does though too. So it's kind of fun. But like,
yeah.
all right, so you got like just first thing that comes to mind. All right.
Okay.
So favorite food. Nope. Go.
Honestly, anything that's just healthy. Like I like nourishing foods, like just
Okay.
fruits, meats, regenerative things. I like very healthy meals. I'm a
Okay.
stickler with that. Yeah.
Favorite color.
I don't know the exact shade, but like I love blues and greens.
Okay.
Both blue and green.
Favorite animal.
These are really hard because I like a lot of things. I don't know what my favorite is. Right now, I really love red cardinals because I have another nest in my yard, and I'm obsessed. I'm pretty obsessed with them.
Okay. Your favorite Pokemon?
Pikachu. That one's easy.
Favorite comic superhero?
Still Batman.
Batman?
Yeah.
And your favorite band/artist?
That was really hard too. That's so freaking hard. I like everything. I love indie music. I love hip hop music. I love classic music. I love
hip hop.
I love hip hop. Let's see. My favorite hip hop art. Well, let's say my favorite producer. This is controversial. Like hip hop producer is Kanye West for sure. No doubt. And again, I don't care.
New Kanye or old Kanye?
I just love watching him as like an artist, and I just think he's so inspiring because he is unhinged, and it's like you never know what you're gonna get, but you get. I think you get a lot of genuine like emotions from him, and he inspires me to just be crazy and be whatever I want to be. Like that's what I like Kanye for that.
There you go. All right, that was it.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm a Libra. I can't make decisions, Joe.
Do you, Sarah? Do you know your Asian? Do you know your Asian zodiac sign?
Yes, I am a Earth dragon.
And you know your grandfather's the same sign, right?
Yes. Isn't that strange?
I'm like, I wonder if she knows. I'm like, and then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, both of them. And then if anybody goes, oh yeah, you're just like your grandfather. Now you know why.
Yeah, we're both Earth dragons. I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
You guys have like You guys have the coolest signs. I'm like, what was I? A wood rat?
Yeah, a wood rat.
A rat.
Yeah, and I'm a
rat. Not just a rat, a wood rat.
A wood rat. Yeah, mine's a fire tiger, so I'm pretty much fire.
What the hell? Where? Yeah.
Yeah, and then
hopefully the rat symbolizes something super cool.
Yeah, it does.
Rats are really cool. I mean,
really knowledge. What was it? They're really knowledgeable and they're really dependable. That's what it is. And then wood dragons are very very protective of friends of theirs and stuff like that. So I trust me. I will after I found out you really like zodiac stuff. I went down that whole rabbit hole and I'm like, I'm curious if she knows the Asian one. Then I went down, like I looked up everybody. I'm like, I wonder what mom is too. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh well, whatever.
Oh, you know what you guys need to check out? It's really weird if you want to really go down a rabbit hole. Check out Primal Astrology.
Okay.
I don't know who this guy is that made this, but it's fascinating. Okay. What he does. Primal Astrology. Just Google it and it will come up and you'll get your sign. So what he did is he blended Eastern and Western astrology together, right, and then assigned you an animal. So like my animal blended between the dragon and the Libra was a porcupine. And the description, I mean, I don't want like you feel like with, why am I a rat? I felt the same thing. I'm like, a porcupine. Yeah. Why? But when I read the description, I was like, this is crazy. Like, and I went through a phase like 6 months of like
crazy.
On point crazy.
Okay. I have to check it out.
Crazy. Like my Joe, the other Frazetta girl, he's a he's a tarantula. And when I read the tarantula description, I was like, you are such a tarantula, like pointing at him. So I went through that phase where I was like telling everyone what their primal astrology was. And people were like, what? Stop. Yeah. What are you doing? So Joe, you have to tell me what you are, and same with you, Jeff.
I'll have to. Yeah, I'll message you and let you know.
Yeah.
So you said he's a Frazetta girl. It just popped in my mind. Will there ever be a Frazetta boys?
I mean, it's Frazetta Girls is for everyone. It's
okay. It was just a question because it could go in two totally different answers, spectrums of whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the name is, I think I've told you guys this before, but it was a double entendre of,
right.
We're the Frazetta Girls who founded the company. And
right.
then Bruce, please. My dogs. Jeez. Good thing I don't have children. I can't handle this. but and then it's the other meaning obviously is he's known for his girls.
Right.
He coined
Right.
the term Frazetta girl
Right.
back in the 60s when he was in the interviews. He's like, oh, my Frazetta girl. So
Right.
it's like it's pretty cool. But yeah, we've had that question before where people are like, so this is just for girls? I'm like, no. If anything, we're just getting into women's apparel now,
Right,
but it's been
Yeah.
for men because men is like the main audience. I think my new one's going to be a bigger barker than my other dog. No
Really?
boys, only men. Conan, John Carter. Yeah, Frazetta men.
So
Even Frazetta girls. It's like not politically correct now, but again, it's like
right.
it's what he coined his women. Frazetta
Right.
girls. It was appropriate. It was appropriate in the 60s and 50s. We're nostalgic. It is what it is. It's not
We should
changing.
be grown up enough to understand that what it is
Right.
today, and not
Thank
in
you.
today's terms. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. You know.
Well, hey Jeff, real quick, because I know we're kind of coming up to the hour.
Yeah.
So you know the guys in the group.
Yeah.
We were all kind of discussing what we wanted to do, and one of the topics or one of the suggestions were, you know, the vampirella cover that you gave me to do a piece for you. And
Yeah.
we were going to do it, and then I decided against it because getting a commission done should be what you want.
Yeah.
It should be a fun piece, not just a
Right.
one-way street. So
All right.
I said no to that, and this is what we ended up coming together and doing for you.
Well, wow.
I don't
Really
know
nice.
So cool.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see it just because
Yeah, I
of the
can see
light
it.
and everything, but
I
the
can see it.
colors really, really pop. I'll send you an image afterward.
All right. I can
Because
see it.
someone told me that you liked Evil Ernie, so
Yeah.
so that was your birthday present from all of us
Okay.
Oh.
in the
Right.
group. So
Okay. All right.
so you'll get that soon enough, probably
Right.
this week.
Yeah.
So
I got you, man.
Awesome. Happy
So-
birthday, Jeff.
Thank you. I'm just happy that I got to hang out with you guys and just got to catch up with you, Sarah, pretty much, and then probably see pretty much for sure see you at MegaCon for sure.
For sure.
And probably
for sure.
yeah, and probably bring a couple of people that are really big fans of your grandfather. So
Oh, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to talk about Grandpa. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite subjects to talk about.
yeah, trust me.
Sarah-
Keep
Right.
him alive.
don't do leg day.
Yeah, don't do leg day before.
I finally am acclimating. Like I'm good now. I can
okay.
go to the
You're
gym
getting
and
it? Okay.
recover.
Okay.
Even though I did that yesterday, I actually went and I did back day, which is almost as bad because it's the upper extremity. So that's why I have the cups, the cupping marks. But then I went to my acting class, like right after, like a mad woman, and I'm like,
Oh,
what am I
boy.
doing to myself? But I kind of like living in the extreme a little bit. When I get complacent, I start too much in
When
my
you
head.
live-
I need to be out.
When you live on the edge, it pulls out the best of you.
Yeah.
Is what I've kind of
You have to be disciplined. So,
it's that
so yeah,
danger zone, you know?
yeah, and so I am growing a little bit of muscle now, which is helping my back. I think I was
Right.
telling you guys, my back.
Yeah.
But now it's working.
You get
Every doctor, chiropractor, they're like, you just have to get stronger. There's no solution besides that. So
Right.
that's why I'm on that like healthy kick. I have to eat enough protein and all that crap. But we did it. We not to go off on like not to digress from the entire conversation, but that's why in last week, Joey and we've been really, really strict with just eating, like I said, regenerative meats that actually have nutrients in them. White oak pastures. If you guys don't know where to get meat, great meat source. If you're vegan, I'm sorry, but and then just like lots of like exotic fruits and just like a lot of vitamins and upping the water, and man, you do feel better. Like
You
just
do.
not eating the processed foods. And I thought I was
Right.
doing good. I'm like, oh, I don't eat that many processed foods. But then when you completely cut it out, you're like,
Yeah.
oh wow,
It's a huge difference. Like my wife and I, we haven't quite cut out raw meats. She can do it. It's hard for me to do because I'm not used to that. So
Yeah, I tried,
been-
man, and I felt like I was still hungry. I'm like, no, that ain't gonna work.
Well, we've been doing like plant-based diets for like lunches to kind of at
Mhm.
least get like that healthy kick
Right.
during the day, and then at once or a couple times during the week we'll have actually red meat. So it's we're still getting it, but we're getting a lot more of the other stuff, and then we're doing green juices, which is like the super greens, like the powder stuff, and then making shakes with fruits. But yeah, I'll tell you what, when you have a nice glass of the super green powder, it's like you just get this jolt within like 20 minutes where you're just like, I'm up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I may need that because when I go to work, it's not. It's a I'm
you just feel on point. You feel so awake, but like in such a healthy way. It's not like taking the like the pre-workout stuff. Because before I would, in college, I would take, just like any other guy at the gym, take that, and it's like, if I were to go back to the gym and really work out like I used to, would I take it? I would, but I'd probably do a more of a natural kind of pre-workout.
Right.
But this stuff, you take it, and it's just like you're up, like you're ready to go, but like in a good, non-shaky kind of way. So it's good to eat really healthy. It really is.
I mean, it's pretty easy. It's if you feel tired after, and it's everyone's different. If you feel tired after you eat, not good. Don't eat it. If you feel energized after you eat, good. It's a good food for you.
Yep.
So it's very simple. Like all the people have to have like a coffee after their lunch. Well, maybe that lunch wasn't the lunch you should have.
Yeah, exactly. Right. What did you eat?
Right. Food should not make you tired. That's what food is for, energy. And that's it. That's what I'm trying to like not have food as like a pleasure thing. It's just a thing to fuel and to keep going. There's other things rather than food.
Well, that's what dessert should be, right? Like the sweets and all that stuff. If you want something sweet, if you want something that's not good for you, you get dessert. But that's why desserts, if you go to like those, like if you go to not an Olive Garden or a Red Lobster, not to kick those because they taste good. But like if you go to like a really nice, well food establishment, you get dessert. You get like
this much.
It's a tasting.
Yeah.
It is what it should be,
Yeah. But absolutely. Not this American way.
Right.
You want cheesecake? Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, you remember you and VV and Sean did that Fire and Ice thing, and they mentioned the cover they were talking about for Vampy that was originally gonna be Vampy 1's cover. So before the year when we met, I was working on the collection, so I'm completely done with the run, and I actually have that cover, and I wanted to show you the cover they were talking about. It was this one, so I'll make myself bigger so you can see it.
Who did that cover?
It was not Gonzalez. Hold on, original Vampy. Let's see. ASLAN. That's the name. Ashelan. I think that's how VV was saying it. But he originally this was gonna be originally cover 1. So if your grandfather did, how your grandfather was infamous for not finishing on time. So this was gonna be cover 1 if he didn't finish on time. So everybody knows this is the cover here. So
right.
What I mean? So
very cool.
Yeah, so this is the original. This is that cover that they wanted if he didn't finish on time. So this would have been cover 1 if your grandfather was late or whatever it was. So
yeah, very cool. That's so cool to know.
That one will, and then I still got mom's mom piece of art back there.
That's great. I'm so glad she gave that to you. It's in the proper home.
Yeah.
Said, Mom, stop hoarding your art. Give it to people to make them happy.
Right. So I still gotta frame yours, and I'm still gonna frame hers. It's just right now I'm in the middle of remodeling the house, and I'm like looking all over. I'm like, man, this comic book art looks a little kid, like since I got the Ninja Turtles up and stuff like that. It looks a little kiddie in here now.
You're just ready to level up.
Right.
Yeah. It happens.
And I'm like, I'm gonna level up, and I'm gonna get like some Frazetta art, and that's pretty much, So that's pretty much what I got.
I have my San Julian, but I can't. I don't know if I can turn the computer.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw you. You share it earlier in the week. That's one of my favorites too. He's one of my favorites too. And he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be at TampaCon. He was supposed to
Really?
show. Yeah, like a couple of years ago, he was supposed to show up at TampaCon, and I got a bunch of the magazine covers that he did, and then he can't. But the one of the friends goes, he's famous of canceling last minute. I go, oh
Oh,
nah, he won't cancel. Da, 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 da. Come the week of
he
St. Julian
canceled.
cancels. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
but he's like,
He's in his 80s. So
yeah,
I'm
but
pretty sure.
him, Ingrid, and your grandfather are my favorite vampy artists, like old school wise. Like those are the three favorites so far. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I have
Good
a
taste.
bunch, but yeah.
You
But on
guys,
it,
you guys are going to Tampa, right?
I am. Sarah,
I'm not.
yeah.
Are you
Unless
gonna
she's
go?
San
Are you going
Julian's
to go?
80.
What I
yeah.
mean, like, are you going to go see it, or are you going to? I guess you're not going to have a table, but you're gonna. Are you going to at least go to it, or?
Me?
Yeah.
No. When is the Tampa one?
Tampa
Uh,
one is in June or July, something like that. I think July 10th. I think.
July
Okay.
July 29th to the 31st.
Yeah.
Probably not, but I'm trying to get out to possibly to San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
And I would hang out with Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I know.
That's my guy. That's my
Yeah.
guy. I love Bill Sienkiewicz. His work
Yeah.
is just.
I love it too. It's so much. It
He is
inspires
like.
me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a legend.
Yeah.
He's a
He
living
is.
legend.
Yeah. I saw the
He's
Death Deal cover he did. I'll go, ooh.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah. I
fire.
saw it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that he would have that original at San Diego Comic Con. So I'm like, I have to get there. It's not in stone yet, but I'm
Yeah.
Right.
gonna try to make it happen.
Yeah.
That
You'll
would
get
be
there.
so cool.
I sent him a letter when we had because I got a book signed by him when he did the signing at CGC, and I messaged Brittany. I was like, Brittany, you got it. Like, I just want him to know I exist. Like, that's all. Like, that's all I care about. Like, that's fine. So I sent her like a few. Like, I have like these small prints that I usually give out of like my work and stuff. So on the back of them, I wrote like a letter to him and tell him like, I love, just a little thank you note basically. And so I got a picture of him looking at my work, and then she sent it over to me. He's like, look what's being done right now. It's a total random text message because they have them signing at different dates. Like they never tell like when they're there, at CGC.
Right.
So I got the message and I was like, oh my God, it made my day. I was like, he knows I exist.
That's so cool. That's
so
so
dumb,
cool.
but it made my day.
No,
I was
it's
like,
not,
yes.
It's not dumb. It's connecting the energies. It's
Yeah.
very I like that.
He saw my work, which happened to be the same piece that you loved of my Venom. So so I was like, that's a good piece. That's a good piece.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a very good piece. Hey, we're gonna have special ones, and then some that are okay, and then some that are just that stand
no
out.
one ever sees.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, I know you're gonna have. I remember hearing from you. Or the Tashin, and you guys are working on a Frazetta art book, correct?
Yeah, we thought it was gonna come out by May. That's not gonna happen now.
Right.
Benedict, the owner of the company, he's actually re-editing the book. So
not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. I mean, it's great that they're that passionate to get it right. Like they really want to make sure it's the best Frazetta book ever made.
How heavy is it? Yeah, and how because I got the Master of Fantasy Art, and that thing's 16 pounds. So
I think that's like I have it right behind me. I think it's like 600 pages, that book. And
nice.
This book will be about 250 to 300 pages. So about half.
Okay, so
pretty big.
You'll be getting my order and whenever that's available. So
yeah.
I need to get a nice solid book to have.
Table book. That's what I wanted. I'm like, we just need
coffee table. This one could be a coffee table.
It'll break the coffee table. Yeah. We want it so great that it just breaks through the coffee table.
We want it to be a coffee table. Like just 4 legs to it. You just screw them on, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's been. I mean, this has been a dream. I mean, we've been working on this for years now. So when it finally comes out, I'm gonna be. I can die then. I'm like, okay.
How many pieces are going to be in that book?
I mean, the pages counts from 250 to 300. Quite a bit. Quite a bit of the collection. Almost the entire collection will be in that book.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's super
So
cool.
Yeah. Well, I got a fun question for you. If Marvel or DC came to you to do a character, would you, or came to do a cover, would you do it?
Me? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Of
Okay.
course.
I know that.
I think that's a long ways out, but
But I mean, if
You
they,
never
if
know.
they,
You never
yeah, but
know.
if they asked you and you had a choice in the character, would you want to do Batman? Would you want to do Harley? Would you want to do
Oh yeah.
only female? You know what I
Harley would
mean?
be fun. I think Harley would be really fun because
Okay.
I love drawing females. Nothing against men. I love you guys too, but I just find it's more fun to draw the female body, just the
Okay.
shapes, and because I don't really, I mean, I have an interest in muscles, but not as much. I'd rather draw the butts and the boobs and the pretty faces. That's fun for
But
me.
that's also the thing too as females, like there are still those muscles that hold all that together, but it's
True.
so
Yeah.
so I guess delicate where
Yes.
you can't go too much, you know. So
Right.
it's like that's why I struggle with that is you have to find that fine line. If not, it just she looks too manly or she looks like just jello. You have to find that
Right.
fine line.
Yeah,
So-
it's true. It's true. Marvel even allow female bodies in comics. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
remember you asked me about that Conan issue. You read that article about that Conan. So come to find out, after you asked me about it, I went to look it up and I went to read whatever it was. Yeah. So Native American and Mayan name wise, it was a mix up, and now they're actually gonna put like a whole outfit on her now, like a whole outfit change on her now. So it's like great, like that character you were, yeah, you read about, like so they don't want to make other people mad, so they just put like not like a pretty much like a potato sack on her, pretty much. Yeah, like
They're gonna find out soon that you can't make everyone happy, and
right.
I don't know what this is in society where we're thinking that we can make everyone
Right.
happy and have to. I mean, what
you can't.
you
Right.
can't.
You can't.
And it's
Right.
no, it's I don't know. I can't. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't dive deep into why this is happening, but I think it's going to be like the snake eating its own tail soon. I mean, it has to.
It's going to get so tightly wound that people are just going to say screw this, and it's just going to explode into.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
you know
gonna
what?
be bad.
When that happens, there's going to be so many new things. Where
Yeah.
where it's almost cynical to say I'm excited that this is all happening right now, because when it does explode, think of all the things that everyone has been wanting to do that now it's going to be like, well, shit, now's the time to do it because no one's going to care.
Right.
Exactly.
Think of all
It's
the cool
cycles.
things, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right, Joe. That's 100% true. It's going to happen because
It's
that's
going to.
Right.
cyclical with humans. You look in history; it's always happened. We go through really conservative times, and it's like that's what's happening now. And people don't realize that, but you're adopting those conservative beliefs, but you're repackaging it. But it's the same thing because it's censored because of whatever, because of what your feelings about something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's only a matter of time before that thing anymore, and we do become more liberal in our approach of like the actual meaning of liberal,
Right.
and like just letting everything hang out.
Yeah,
I got
I'm excited
one
for
more.
it too.
That goes back to no pants, right?
Right, no pants. Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
We're humans. Let's not take ourselves that seriously. We don't even know what we're doing here. Like people just get so serious, you know. It's like, God, just have fun.
I got one more question for you, Sarah. Is there gonna be is there gonna be like a Final Fantasy type style video game or anything later down the line about the Frazetta verse at all, like a RPG or something like that?
Ooh.
Yeah, we're working on an RPG right now with Fire and Ice, and that's coming out probably realistically at the beginning of 2023 by the time we work everything out.
Okay.
But as far as the video game goes, I mean that's kind of like the final stage because it costs so much money.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious anyway. Yeah.
Well, we would love to, but we have to have first comics,
Right.
hopefully animation.
Right.
Could you
And-
imagine an open universe, first person, kind of like or not first person, third person, like Skyrim, but with Death Dealer and like the whole universe where it's just
Right. Yeah.
oh, that would be so cool.
It would
That
be
would be
so
so
freaking.
cool.
It would be so cool. I mean, he's Death Dealer is in the Vulcan verse right now. That's
Right.
the blockchain game that came out,
Mhm.
and they're doing really well. They're like 8th on on all games and blockchain. I
Right.
believe they're like top. So he's running around in there. Obviously, you can only one person gets to run around with him because there's only one owner. That's like
Yeah.
that's the unfortunate part. But yeah, to have a game with being Death Dealer, I mean, exploring the world, like you go to the jungles and you see the big cats and the women, and
Right.
and you
Right.
get to like to battle them. I mean,
You
God,
go to
I
the
would
World
love
of Fire and Ices, you know where that
Right.
took place, and you go to that would be so awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
so
fire demon like throwing people into hell. I mean, it would just
Yeah.
be so cool.
yeah.
But yeah, it'll probably cost like realistically like $300 million. So
Change.
we'll get there.
So, yeah. And then what was it? There was a couple other questions I had, but
Oh, we did have one question real quick, and I know you love making decisions. So, so you're on an island. You got 3 things. 3.
you can only have 3.
Stuff, whatever it is, whatever I need to start a fire. That's like can be bundled in.
So a lighter. We'll give you a lighter. That's 1.
Yeah, but a lighter is only going to last so long. Well, you can start a fire with the sticks, right? I mean, if you like learn how to do that. So I really wouldn't need that. I need water. I mean,
Well, you'll be
water.
around. If it's an island, you'll be around water. So
yeah, but you can't drink it.
But you got to boil it.
So boil it. You need fire.
You can't boil salt water though, can you?
I think if you boil it, doesn't it boil the? I think you can.
Well, no? The salt goes to the bottom, I think.
Well, yeah, and then I think you can separate or sift it out or something.
See, I don't know enough about survival to answer these questions. I don't know.
We would all die. We would all die on an island.
I'd be dead. I'm like, I'm going to exploit myself how quick I would last. It might
rain. Yeah, you got rain.
True, the rainwater. But isn't it like acid rain now? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I guess just my essentials and maybe I wouldn't need anything to entertain. I'd be surviving out on an island, catching fish and doing whatever. So
doing island things.
Yeah, doing island things. I mean, I imagine if I was stuck on an island, I wouldn't have my phone. But if that was a choice, I guess I'd bring my phone.
Well, yeah, why not?
Yeah, so my phone.
You'll run out of power, so you're gonna have to charge it eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what I freaking bring.
All right. So I
I'll think about it for next time.
Okay.
I asked you the question that last time, but this time I'm giving you 5 choices on this one. So your 5 favorite of your grandfathers and your 5 least favorite of your grandfathers.
Least favorite would be the Executioner, the red one. You know what I'm talking about? The red, yellow.
Yeah.
The title. Black Star would be my least favorite. Paradox is another least favorite. I'd say that those are my 3 least favorites. I don't really have 5. I don't have 5.
That's why I gave
Grandpa.
you 5. No, but that's why I gave you 5. That's why I gave you 5 this time.
The least favorites are beautiful pieces, like something that I will never reach in my lifetime. So I'm sorry, Grandpa.
But that's why I gave you 5 on both.
Yeah. But the top, I would say, Golden Girl, Egyptian Queen, and honestly, the Conan the Adventurer, Conan the Barbarian, like that's Death Dealer 1. I mean, they're iconic. Right. And then let's see, one more. Oh God, that's hard to do.
Because I gave you only 1 last time, so I'm giving you 5 this time.
Yeah, I probably like his Dream Flight, just to kind of just for diversity.
Right. I've been
Yeah.
liking a lot of, like, honestly, I've been liking a lot of his water paints more. Like, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, I like his oil paints, but I've been liking a lot of his water paints a little more now after
Yeah.
seeing them in person, like seeing all of them seeing everything in person. Like, I've been liking more of his water paints
Yeah.
more and more.
Jeff, have you ever
Yeah.
tried painting with water or with watercolors
Yeah,
and
but
stuff?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It takes a lot of skill to keep it in the line and in the actually in
Yeah.
there, because
Absolutely.
I looked at yours. I'm like, I'm surprised none of it actually bled even more than it did.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Yeah,
super
really
hard.
hard.
yeah,
You have to
Hard.
understand the density of each of the pigments and how they all kind of
right.
mix together, because it's a whole different learning curve for sure. You
Yeah.
just can't
Right.
go there and just get water and just start painting. Doesn't
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
No. No.
Well, like I like how you always say your grandfather took the Mickey Mouse ones and just went.
He could. Yeah. He could use anything. He didn't need expensive
Yeah,
tools or any. I mean, he was just whatever he had, he would use.
yeah.
It was just
Just
from
like
the
Jim
brain.
telling, yeah, just
Yep.
like Jim telling us him holding the pin that he held. It was like mind blowing for him, and he was mind blown just to get to hold it. It's like he could see where he used it and where he held it in his mouth. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's it is cool to be able to hold
right,
those things, and they're
those
really
items.
special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're running on an hour and 15 minutes, so I know you only had 45, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, I love you guys, so
yeah.
but I do
Yeah,
hear
me
my
too.
puppy. I hear my puppy screaming again, so I'm
So
like,
yeah.
Bloody murder. Like,
So
I'm just thinking about the mess I'm gonna have to clean up
yeah,
now. I'm
right.
like, oh,
Well, let me
beautiful.
sign out with everybody here. So let me go.
Okay.
all right.
All right, guys. This was a catch up with Sara Frazetta. If you don't know who she is, now you know. So, and then all her contacts and all her information is down below. Joe's the information is down below. You're on my channel, so you pretty much don't really need mine. But everything's down below. Frazetta Girls, all that stuff is down below in the comments and stuff like that. So check you guys later. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks or a couple of
Yep.
months, whenever we catch up again. So see you guys
Later,
later.
All right.
guys.